all the time, right? And we don't give up. So any venture in life is always fraught with problems. It's not an easy passage. May I answer the question all? And I could have gone for an easier path. I'm saying this to you. You could have made that $8 million and gone. But what have we done? We've ruined a piece of real estate forever, perpetuity. So you have a sort of a social obligation. I have a social obligation for education. I am really committed to education. I feel that I have a lot to give. Can I tell you this? I asked a director of prisons once, he sat next to me, and I said to him, what is that one thing that drives a person to prison? And he says, oh, they can't read or write. I thought he would ramble for 10 minutes. That's what lands a person in prison. And all of you who are parents know that after 18, 19, 20, 21 years, if a person lands in prison, it costs the society $145,000 per year to keep that person locked up, unproductive. Give me $15,000, chaps. I'll educate a kid and make him productive. So I think in anything you want to do, you will always have those hurdles. But you also have to have, as I said, something in you to say, no, I'm not going to give up. I believe in this. And I'm going to face a hurdle, but I'm going to walk through them.
It sounds like your investment was fundamentally in your passion rather than your perspiration. So,
that's why I say chase the success. The money will follow. You know, for the federal government to put $3.1 billion, it's hard to get $1 from these fellas. They're supporting the success of that, not me. They're supporting because we've directed population growth to an area which was desolate. But it was relentless. It was relentless. Just, I can write a book on it. I am writing a book on this incidentally, but it is relentless. Just don't let them off. They're in a different planet, you are here. But you've got to come together.
Thank you, Maha. I've got two questions. One is, what do you think is your greatest skill in bringing this together?
I think the greatest skill is, again, I'm repeating myself here, but you've got to believe that what you're doing is the right thing. If you don't believe in it, well, it's not going to happen. You've got to believe that this is the right thing.
That's a belief, but you know, what did you use to actually put it together? You can think about something, but what skills? Was it team building or your selective people selection skills?
People selection, you have to surround yourself with the right team. You have to. You can't put a B team and run an A race. You have to surround, and I'm very fortunate that the chaps who have been attracted to us have been self-motivated. They wanted to be part of it. They are, I call them crusaders, and they want to be part of this action. They want to be part of the joy. It's passionate, a very strong passion that they believe. They want to enjoy this, and to them, the money doesn't really come very much in their mind. I'm telling you that it doesn't come in. There's one bloke there who keeps on saying, make sure we don't go broke, but he's important. But the other chaps are all committed. And that passion is contagious, incidentally. That passion is contagious and is infectious, and it will infect the government. It will infect those whom you want to infect in a positive way.
Thank you. And the second one, in light of the GFC and the proposed mining tax, do you think the era of the big project is over?
I don't think so. I think that the people will rise above that. These things comes and goes. I think people will rise over it. There are individuals who, you can't stop some of the individuals who want to be successful. Those who are determined will just go over it.
Thank you. Anyone else?
What's the extent of the current development of Springfield? Is it 20% or 35%?
12%.
12%.
It's a long way to go. It's a long way to go. It's got a population of 20,000, and it's got a lot of businesses there. As I said, it's moving at the rate of $610 million a year. It started with 6.3. It's got a long way to go. We are creating the largest city in the country. That's why 89 hands went up who gave approval.
What's Delphin's involvement in this development?
What's that?
What is Delphin's? Is Delphin involved in this?
Delphin are one of our
partners.
Alliance partners. We own the land. We attract successful companies to come and develop it under a master plan. And so Delphin are doing their part of the job in the residential activity. They do an excellent job. They are a great organization, and they are great community builders.
Have you got any covenants for building, and are you trying to create some niche areas of that in that area?
Very strong covenants, very strong architectural controls, very strong code of conduct, and that is why values move south. We are not creating a dormitory suburb. It is a beautiful picture, that a face we have painted, and I always say there's got the eyes there and the nose and ears and a dimple on the cheek. We want to maintain that integrity of that.
So have you got any partners with you, or are you doing it by yourself?
We have others who take part of the action, but we control them. The land is controlled by us, but we allow, say, if you want to come and develop a portion of land, we say, okay, you do it, provided you behave in a certain way. We allow you to do that, you make your profits, but we control the way you manage it.
Thank you very much.
Did you anticipate the government announcing 3 new cities in, I can't remember the names of them now, the Ripley Valley and the other areas? Is that a competition to you, or how do you see that in comparison to the development of Springfield?
Actually, we encourage the government to do that, because you don't want to have haphazard development going here, there, and everywhere. And it's going to take them a long time before they can come up to our level. It takes about, you've got to run this race probably about 12 years. You won't make any money for the first 10, 12 years. So if they have the stamina, if they have the strong leadership, if they don't deviate from their vision to create a proper community, you don't want to create a dormitory suburb. All you do is you ship people to external infrastructure. You want to contain them. These are lessons that they have, the government has learned from Springfield, and they're trying to duplicate it. How that's going to happen is yet to be seen. But I'm glad it's happening. We're very glad. You must have master plan communities. In the United States, they call them H cities. An H city is one that takes away the pressure of a main city. Brisbane, allowed to grow the way they are, will have more tunnels, more bridges, more freeways, more congestion, and it becomes an inefficient city. You've got to have relief valves. You've got to take the pressure off major cities. We are experiencing that too much now. You've got to decentralize.
Okay, was getting government approval for the university fundamental to the success of the Springfield project?
Oh, it was one of the success. I won't tell you, but the Premier didn't support it. But we encouraged the university to go ahead with it. But definitely, the university was on the master plan as part of Education City. And originally, the first contract we signed was with the University of Queensland. I won't tell you about that. A lot of politics got involved in that, and they wanted to use University of Queensland to uplift Ipswich, and we lost the battle, but we kept on pursuing the other university. They came in, and then Premier wasn't supportive of the university coming to Springfield, but today it's a totally different view. We have kids going to that university from families who never went to university. This is told by the Vice Chancellor. We have got kids going to university who never thought they would go to university. That is what uplifting society is about. Adding human capital. Chase the success, everything else will follow.
Good morning, Mahan. Thank you very much for your presentation this morning. Just a question, do you see government relocating out to Springfield, similar to the Putrajaya model in Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah, well, government has got no choice. You know, you might have read in the papers quite a bit that decentralization is absolutely vital. Brisbane CBD has